In the ancient, mountain-encircled kingdom of Baalbek, amidst towering stone temples and gold-clad monuments, a child named Ilyas, Elijah, was born into the noble lineage of Harun. Raised in a world consumed by moral decay and spiritual darkness, Ilyas grew up possessing a fierce devotion to the one God, standing apart from a society that had lost its way. When Ilyas reached manhood, Allah appointed him as a prophet to the children of Israel. The kingdom was ruled by a ruthless king and his queen, who had abandoned the truth to worship a massive golden idol named Baal. The people sacrificed to this false deity, attributing the fertility of their lands and the rains of the heavens to stone and metal. Ilyas walked directly into the royal court, his voice ringing with absolute authority. He confronted the king and his assembly, crying out, "Do you call upon Baal and forsake the best of creators, Allah, your Lord, and the Lord of your forefathers?" His words were met with mockery and anger. The king threatened him with imprisonment and death, while the people refused to abandon their idol. Seeing their stubbornness, Ilyas made a solemn prayer to Allah to withhold the sky's blessings so the people might realize the powerlessness of Baal. A catastrophic drought struck the realm. Year after year, no rain fell. The lush valleys withered into dust, streams dried up, and famine devastated the kingdom. Yet, even in their agony, the rulers blamed Ilyas rather than their own transgression, sending soldiers across the wilderness to capture him. Protected by divine decree, Ilyas hid in dark caverns and deep ravines. Birds brought him food, and tiny hidden springs provided him water. Whenever the king's search parties drew near, Allah concealed Ilyas from their eyes. After 3 bitter years of suffering, Ilyas returned to the kingdom. Seeing their land on the verge of total destruction, the king and his people pleaded for mercy, promising that if the drought ended, they would destroy Baal and worship God alone. Ilyas stood before the starving crowds and prayed. Thick black clouds gathered over the horizon, and torrential rain washed over the dry earth, bringing life back to the soil. For a brief moment, the kingdom rejoiced, but as prosperity returned, so did their arrogance. The king backtracked on his promise. The queen demanded Ilyas's blood, and the crowds turned back to their golden idol. Weary but unwavering, Ilyas departed into the wilderness one last time. Along his journey, he came upon a young man named Ilyas, who was suffering from a severe